Wolf Children, directed by Mamoru Hosoda. It's an acclaimed animated drama with fantastical elements, although after seeing it, I have to say I expected those elements to take up a larger part of the story, whereas their existence within it mainly serves as a metaphor. So at the beginning of the film, we meet a university student named Hana, who meets this mysterious, attractive boy. As they enter into a relationship, he reveals to her that he's actually not a human, he's a wolf man. He can turn from human to wolf at will. Hana doesn't care, she loves him, so they proceed to live together, love one another, and eventually marry and have two children, Yuki and Ame. And then tragedy hits as the father dies unexpectedly, leaving Hana to raise the two children on her own. She decides to leave the big city. The children are exhibiting similar powers of transformation that their father did, but with way less control. So she thinks it will be easier to keep this a secret in the countryside. But it's not all roses and rainbows. The simple life can also be difficult between renovating an old house, working the land, and raising the children. So apparently, the inspiration for the story was when a friend of the director told him that raising kids was like having a wild animal in the house. He then decided to develop a story where that would be more literal, with the kids turning into wolves. But as literal as it is, the purpose of this entire element is still to show the process of raising kids as it happens in real life, the struggles of a single parent, how to get the money, how to control the children, but also educate them, how to raise them, how to make them happy, how to maintain the house, work the land, and then as we progress further into the story and the kids grow older and develop their own personalities, also the clashes between parent and child become a theme, that pivotal moment when children become their own people and have wants and needs and desires that may not necessarily be in line with what their mom wants. So it's just as much a film about being a mother as it is about being a child and growing up. Both of those aspects are fairly well developed here. And for an animated film, the execution is surprisingly adult and wise. It's not a flashy film filled with action. It moves rather slow, takes its time developing its themes, and it has this unhurried pace about it that helps convey the atmosphere of slower life in the countryside. It is also surprisingly grounded. I mean, one of the central elements of the film are the titular wolf children, but it really strikes you how normal and realistic the characters actually end up being. And I think at what it's doing, at being this story about family, specifically an incomplete family, the film is really good. It has a well written script and it's executed fairly competently. I enjoyed how a fair amount of the story is told without words, purely visually, through the use of montages to convey the passage of time. The story is told through image, and instead of words, we just get beautiful music as this background. It makes it feel as though we're not watching individual moments in the lives of these characters, but instead spend months and years in their company. The flow of time is communicated very well to the audience. So Wolf Children ends up being one of those animated films that are specifically for adults, not because of violence or sex or swearing, but because they carry bits of this quite adult wisdom. As a result, I don't think it's a film for everybody, but if you do enjoy a family focused drama and can appreciate the animation style, you can love it.